Welcome back to Radio Shack, here with our episode 4 recap of Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, in the previous episode, we saw that Raph was riding onto the distance, getting ready to go save his brothers, and we got the transition to Donnie, who was riding the subway down below, which is actually how this episode ends, but we'll get there in just a minute. We get our recap, and as we see, Donnie is on the run from one of the Mechazoids, and he's trying to call April, which ends up leading to one of those fake out voicemails that you think you're talking to the person. I didn't think we were doing that in 2024, but that's okay. All in all, we lead to Donnie trying to text April for SOS, send help, and that's what we saw in the very first episode, so I like the connection there. But as Donnie is on the run from the Mechazoid, we actually see that he actually ends up running through the city and eventually gets into an elevator and escapes the Mechazoid, tearing one of its arms off. And then he runs into some policemen and get ready to tell the whole story, but he ends up passing out. And as he wakes up, he sees he's handcuffed to a table, which I'm not gonna lie. First things first, I was like, this is some racial mutant profiling here that he was handcuffed already, but all in all, we get the explanation that they were just excited to meet one of the heroes that saved the city. Still don't understand why he was handcuffed, but that's not a hero there. But Donnie goes into telling his side of the story, what all happened from the beginning, and I loved that they put it into like a 16-bit video game, kind of like in the style of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. I thought that was awesome. You can tell the creators love everything Ninja Turtles that's happened from since they created till now. I just thought that was a great reference there. But as the Mechazoid actually crashes in, Donnie continues to escape, and in this we actually see a back and forth between Donnie and Bishop. And Bishop is kind of like talking down to Donnie that you just know you're just a mutant. You don't deserve to be here, and really downplaying Donnie's intellect as well, because we all know as Turtle fans that Donnie is the smart one of the Ninja Turtles, and Bishop is really downplaying that Donnie can't hack into the system. He can't stop the Mechazoid. He's not that smart when he's trying to stop the subway. And one of the things that I say that came up in this, as we saw in the previous episodes, that these Mechazoids are flawed. Remember, we were talking about how the Mechazoids were just there to take out the mutants, but we saw in the Mikey episode that the Mechazoid ended up scanning Rod and saying that he was a mutant. We saw in the previous episode with Raph that the Mechazoid was starting to attack humans. And in this episode, as Donnie's on the subway trying to save the people from the subway crashing, that Bishop was okay letting a few people, be unalived in order to take down this one mutant. You can see the flaws there. But as we see, eventually Donnie does hack into the system, is able to reboot the Mechazoid, reboot the whole system so he can stop the subway. And again, Bishop is astonished that he was able to do it. Kind of like a downplay on being a mutant, almost like a racial profile of just saying oh, you can't do this, really talking down to him, which we're getting into really realistic things in here, and I kind of like that we're going that way. As we know, in these episodes, each turtle is learning from one of their brothers to how to get out of a situation. And what does Donnie eventually do when he has to take down this Mechazoid? He goes beast mode, thinking of Raph, and dude goes ham on the Mechazoid. He's able to use one of the poles in the subway. And can we use this to finally give Donnie a metal bow staff. The wooden bow staff needs to be done. I don't understand why we keep using the wooden bow staff. I get it that it's supposed to be a plain thing to. Can we just give him a metal bow staff? That's all I want. Anyway, he goes beast mode. He saves the subway from crashing, and we see that eventually the mechoid that he starts working on, and that will. We all know, we feel that it's going to become Metalhead. That's just awesome. And I love how we led into that. And I like how in Donnie's episode, he didn't really lean on anybody. He was able to figure things out for himself and stop the Megazoid, which I thought was really cool, and really just building up the confidence that Donnie eventually will have, which I thought was awesome. But into this episode, I gotta say, this episode 4 is my favorite episode so far. And I gotta say, I think we're starting to pick up a little bit. But what did you guys think of the episode? What was your favorite part? Comment below, join the conversation, and as always, enjoy my thoughts. Make sure you like, subscribe. Don't forget to pop that notification bell and tell you when I upload a video. And until my next video, I will see you later.